You're listening to the best of inspirational music and conversation radio. Brand new day with Emily Blue right here on We Talk Radio. I am your host, Emily Blue, here with co-host DeAnn Lax. Thank you for joining us. We have an amazing guest for you guys, joy seekers, on this evening. Please welcome the beautiful, the lovely Niecey Gaines. So welcome again. We appreciate you being with us on this evening. So we're just going to go ahead and dive in. We want you to introduce yourself to the Brand New Day audience by telling us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay, cool. So yes, thank you so much for having me, Emily and DeAnn. I'm excited. So my name is Niecey Gaines, as you stated. Yes, I am a recording artist, and I live in San Antonio, Texas. I'm born and raised here. I am a Texas girl. I love it. Right? Texas girl, even though it's really, really hot right now. But yeah, I have been married to my husband. It'll be 13 years in November. His name is Jason Gaines, love of my life. And we have two beautiful babies. My daughter, Madison, is 11, and my son, Timothy, is 8 years old. So yeah, I love that. They're getting older. And we have a dog. His name is Prince.
All right. Well, I'm actually passing through San Antonio right now as we speak.
Really? Wow.
Yes,
wow.
We just came from Corpus Christi. So when the pandemic hit at the beginning of 2020, all of us had to do a hard reset. What are some things that changed for you as a wife, singer, songwriter, and worship leader, and of course, mother?
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, by the way, I'm a teacher. I'm sorry I didn't say that, but that is my profession. I teach first grade. But yeah, so you're right. During that pandemic, wow, that was a lot for everybody. For me, of course, everything shut down. We were working, kids were at school. So that means that the whole routine changed and that you had to be at home. So I'm working, dad's working, and the kids were on their devices. I was so happy that they had tablets to log into school when that happened, because we had downtime. Then it was like, no, we got to finish out the year strong. And so it was a juggling of everybody's schedule, working on your computer, taking a break, checking on the 6-year-old at the time, checking on the 9-year-old at the time, making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. So a lot of juggling at that time, but it worked out. We got into our routine, finished that year. And during that time, though, we were purchasing a house. During the pandemic, yes, my husband and I were already in the process of looking for and purchasing a house. So we got the house in 2020 in the summertime. We get in and we start ordering our furniture and everything. Everything's on back order. So here we are. We have some furniture. So we're in kind of half empty house. But hey, grateful to be here. I mean, it was the blessing of the Lord, the way we got it. It was just, the beautiful house that I'm sitting in now. Blessing of the Lord. 2020 hits. We get our house. We're in and we're like, yay. Still waiting on furniture, but God was so good during that time. So during that time, it was so great because we're at home. We're together all the time. And I felt like it was beautiful for us as a family because we would talk, play games together. We got around, had board games, had fun. I didn't get, you don't get tired of your family. It just was such a great gelling moment for us. So we really enjoyed each other during this time, even though all that was going on, except for going out to the store, coming back home. It was a lot, but it really helped us grow as a family. I think grew closer and have conversations with my daughter, husband, son. Worship time was great because then you would be able to find a spot in the house or outside on the backyard and, talk to the Lord, have a moment, come back in. So, but because it's such a mixed year of emotions. You're full of joy because you got your new home and everything's going on great here, but yet everything is in turmoil in the world. So you have to stay prayerful, want your family to be covered, nobody to get sick. It was a lot. We got through it. And I'm so glad that it happened in that way because we were able to really cling to one another. My parents, my family, our church community. Shout out to All Nations Worship Assembly San Antonio. Apostle Kevin Duhart, Pastor Lisa Duhart, my pastors. I mean, we were online. So when rehearsal had to happen, we would go to a location, you have a session, put it online, and still be able to worship with the community and the church together. So overall, the experience was still a wonderful experience within, tumultuous time. So, yeah.
Yes. So tell me, what sparked your passion, your interest for singing and songwriting?
What sparked it? So, okay, we got to go all the way back, Emily. So my mom tells me that when I was 2, she would hear me singing commercials. She said, you would sing the words of the commercials. Like, really? At 2? She was like, yes. So that's how she knew. And I believe it's true because after that, of course, there was Sunshine Band. So I was singing the Sunshine Band. And then there was elementary school choirs. And then came UIL competition choirs. And then in high school choir. And then, I moved up. I was in the church choir. And then when I was like 14 or 16, got on the praise team at church. So it's like it was already a progression that was already innate in me, that I knew that I'm to use my voice for the kingdom, right? And then there were groups that I sang in. And of course, then there's recording artists that need background. All of that has happened. So it's years and years of plowing and worshiping and singing and using this instrument. So it was just always in me. I don't know if it was an interest, but it was in me from the beginning. This is what I am meant to do. One of the things I'm meant to do. So yeah, it just came to me naturally.
But what about the process of writing? Because I know some people have various processes. How do you, when you write a song, how does that work for you?
So it comes in different ways. Lots of my husband and I are writers. So sometimes we'll come together and we'll purposely set out that moment for worship, prayer, reading scriptures, and then writing from scriptural base to make sure that it sounds. And then other times I'm in the car and God just gives me a melody. I'm worshiping and he says, say this. And so I have to pick up my phone and I've got to, okay, let me sing it in here so I don't forget it. Other time, like I'm on the back porch, taking out the dog and praying like, Lord, you're just so good and so great. I'm just so thankful for your presence. And he's like, sing this. And then there it is. Oh, let me grab my phone. So lots of times it comes in pieces. And then I'll have to build off of that. And other separate times we're on purpose. So when it's in that private time where I'm just worshiping and he'll give me that melody and he'll give me this song and he'll give me this scripture. And then I go and build off of that. And then sometimes you can build the whole song at one moment, but at other times we have to build at a different time because I'll be in passing. But I love that I'm trying to be open all the time to hear him. So that way, whenever he speaks, I need to write that down because I know that this is what the people need to hear. Or this is what I need to hear at first. And then this is what I need to give out. So it varies.
Wonderful. Well, who are some of your musical influences?
Oh, that's a loaded question. Because, it's so vast. Growing up in my home, I heard, of course, on cleanup days on Saturday, I'm hearing all gospel choirs, all the mass choirs. And then on other days, my dad could be in there playing jazz, soft rock, So I have a very, very, very wide range of music that I love. But influencing me especially is I love 80s music. So I am an 80s baby. So Janet Jackson, I just love Janet Jackson growing up, BB and CeCe Winans in the 80s. And then, of course, towards the 90s, you have still Fred Hammond, Kirk Franklin, oh my goodness, John P. Key, Joanne Rosario, CeCe Winans by herself, and she's doing her project. All these just have, resonated with me through the years and so on. But there's just really a lot more, but I'll stop right there because that's really that foundation that really made me who I am, especially in worship. I can still pop on Fred and just go right in anytime.
So your new single, I Could Never Repay You, was released in November of 2021. Tell us what inspired this song.
So this is one of those moments, Emily, where it was years ago and God gave me this melody. And so I would just sing, I can never breathe. I don't remember how the exact melody went right now, but it was slower. And it just came from God.